Hey, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We are gonna have to cut things super short today. As you can see, I am in the airport here in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm about to hop onto a flight headed to Chicago. I am headed to Chicago where I have an opportunity to hang out with a couple of my 800% Club members, which I'm super excited to see those guys, and also speak to a group of 20 owners, general managers of car dealerships all around the eastern side of the United States. So I have the opportunity to speak to them today, which I'm super excited about. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so we celebrated that last night, catching a flight out this morning, and then I will catch a flight back home later tonight. Hopefully everything continues to just go smooth. I do know that they say, you know, the media, the news, the whatever, they're saying that air travel is a disaster, and that is not currently my experience. Maybe that changes a little bit later when we get into Chicago. But this morning I arrived at the airport at 5:22 a.m. and I was through security by 5:24 a.m. at my gate by 5:27 a.m. and my gate is right over here. They are already boarding Group 5, which is crazy. They just started boarding. They just started boarding 1 minute ago, but somehow they're already boarding Group 5. Now, obviously we can't miss this flight. I thought I was going to have about 15 minutes with you or so, but they're boarding Group 5 already. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is Thursday. That's right. Today is Thursday, November 6th, 2025. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, November 6th, 2025. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Yeah, it's going to be a very short morning if they're already... Yeah, I am shocked at how quickly they're boarding this plane. Like, super shocked. What's up, Anthony Algona? How you doing? Christina Howard, how you doing? Elizabeth, what's up? Mr. Scott Simons, congratulations, sir, closing on your first dealership. And then right behind Scott, I've got Miss Liza. Good morning, Miss Liza. She just closed on a couple dealerships herself as well. Pretty incredible. And Liza, I saw you on the Car Dealership Guy podcast, and I just got to say, you have, hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, Scott. You have, what's up, Bugsy? How you doing, Michelle? How you doing, Young Johnson? Liza, you're the way that you deliver when you speak these days, you have come so far over the last few years, and I am just so proud. And what you represent and what you represented on that podcast was pretty spectacular. So great job on that. But anyways, the message will have to be super short this morning, since now they're boarding Group 6 over there. The message will have to be super short, but what has been on my heart, and something that I am really taking a look at, and I want to challenge everybody to do the same, which, speaking of that, quick side note, we've been doing a 90-day challenge where I send out accountability texts every day. The platform that I use to send out those accountability texts, that platform went down 2 days ago. And so I've messaged them. I haven't heard back. I'm trying to get it back up and running so that I can send you guys daily messages, but it is down. But really, man, it's interesting. I was on a run yesterday morning right at sunrise, and as I'm running down there's a trail out by my house, and you go about a mile down and you hit a dirt trail, and there's all this kind of tall grass, and you feel like you're completely disconnected from the rest of the world. It's truly a beautiful space. A coyote jumped out in front of me, took off running one way. There's big white-tailed deer that go jumping out in front of me. I mean, it's a spectacular place to run. You see turkeys, you see deers, you see coyotes, and you see beautiful sunrises, all while you're out running on a dirt trail. And what's fantastic about it is when you're that removed from the world and you place yourself they're boarding group 7, dude. This is crazy. When you're that removed from the world, you got a lot of time to really look in the mirror, a lot of time to think. And I know that many of you, especially in this group, I know that many of you are feeling a tug for more. You're feeling a tug for more. I see it in my close friends, in my close circles. Everybody's like, man, there's another level, right? And a lot of my friends are very, very, very successful. They've reached very, very, very high levels of success in their business, very high levels of success in their relationships, very high levels of success when it comes to stages and community building and impact and so on and so forth. What's up, Frank? How are you, sir? I'm getting ready to jump on a plane to Chicago. Hopefully they don't leave me. They're boarding group. Are they boarding group 9 now? I cannot believe how fast they're boarding this plane. Yeah, but there's quite a few people in line over there, so I should be okay. But just this call for more, right? And sometimes in that, I think we can get mixed up a little bit in the world. We can go, okay, when is enough enough? We can ask ourselves that question. We can say, well, look, I'm grateful for all the things that I have. We can say, well, look, I've built this thing a certain way for so long. We can say, well, I've invested all this time, effort, and energy in this. Why is this not enough? Why am I not settled? And I know that in my circles specifically, I can't speak for any other circles, but I know in my circles specifically, the conversations that I'm having and the way that I'm feeling in my spirit and my heart is there's another level for you. There's another level for me. And what's crazy about life, right, is we can't connect the dots looking forward. We can only connect the dots looking back. And so as we step into these new levels in our lives, we don't know where they're going to go. We don't know what path it's going to take us on. We don't know the impact that it's going to have. But I will say this, if you are feeling that call on your heart today, you have to take that step. You have to take that step. We were in Clubhouse the other day, and Rodney Hatfield was talking about how Janelle Griego shared this show out to him, and it inspired something in him, and he started taking that step and completely transformed his life. T.M. Hyman had the same conversation. Marilyn Wilkin had the same conversation, and I was thinking about it while I was on that run, while I was out there in the middle of nowhere, no distractions from the rest of the world. I was thinking about, what if I never pushed the go live button? What if I just would have stayed in my box doing my thing, because my box was really cozy. It was really, really comfortable. I was in such a comfortable box. What if I never would have pushed go live? What if there never would have been a show for anybody to share? What if the connections that I've made with Trisha Rue and Bella Rigby and Tosh Queen and Kimberly Hatfield, what if these connections never would have had the opportunity to blossom because I chose to stay in a very comfortable space? And so that's what's on my heart for you this morning. I want you to think about all the connections that won't happen if you don't jump in. I want you to think about all the opportunities that cannot. There's nobody left in that line. I've got to go. This is crazy how fast they're loading this thing. I mean, nuts. What if, I want you to think about just this morning, and I'm going to go for real. I can't miss this flight. I'm going to head to Chicago. I would love to hang out with you guys, but I've got to go. But just think about that. If you don't take that step, if you don't go live, if you don't make that video, if you don't make that post, if you don't take that opportunity, if you don't do those things, so many doors get closed. And yes, you may fail, and yes, you may fall, and you might scrape your knee, and you might scrape your face, you might get a scar, and it might hurt, you might go the wrong direction, but at least take the step. All right? All right, I'm gonna go over here. They have boarded this plane in record time, which is insane. I'm gonna head up to Chicago real quick. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I'll be back in the studio, and so you won't have to. We're not gonna miss a beat, but I do gotta get. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got a legacy to create. I've got work to do. I need to make an impact, and so do you. Because you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, God that made everything. And that God put us here for a reason. So let's go get it. Look, there ain't nobody boarding. All right, see ya.